Happy April, everyone. This month I am seeing transitioning energy, and this cycle I am seeing the beginning of that. So welcome everybody to Our Sky, Our Story. My name is Kelita Sahliah. I'm a mother, a real angel, and I do dabble in crypto, so make sure you check out my Crypto Angles podcast. Loads of interesting things over there, but over here we use astrology of the sky. So the stars, sun, moon, that is above our head every single day. That is how we interpret our astrology, because it makes more logical sense as that's where it's happening instead of just a circle drawing. So as it is the beginning of a month, for those who are new, the order of the video, we will look into the numerology of April 2024. We'll then look at the transits that's happening this cycle, and then we'll look at the moon transits. We'll clarify with the tarot. We've got the Fool at the bottom, a new journey is starting, and then we come back to the present moment, because of course the present moment is all that matters. But before we get into the numerology and I explain that, people, the new calendar starts now. It starts now. It starts in April, so follow along, join with me. It goes from April to March. As I says, we follow the sky, so we go from Pisces to Pisces, and we follow the full zodiac wheel. So do grab it. It's 10% off if you type in Lumin 10, and it's available on Etsy. It's available on my TikTok shop as well if you find me over there, but the discount's only available on Etsy. So do grab it so we can go throughout the rest of 2024 into 2025 together, and I have something exciting coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. And I do have to give myself a round of applause, because we literally went through this whole calendar, every single cycle except one where I just done a type up because life was really lifing and I just couldn't do it. But every single cycle I have shown up consistently doing these astrology energy updates, and also it's reached a year since doing my crypto analysis every single cycle. So round of applause for Kelita. Anyway, let's get into this. Oh, and as a milestone, I'm considering to do a giveaway. So do let me know in the comments below if you're interested in a giveaway of this calendar. There will be 2 winners if I'm to do it. Only if people are interested. There'll be 2 winners. One will get the physical copy, and the other will get the digital copy, because there's both available, physical and digital. The top winner may get both, so we'll see, and the other one just the digital. But let me know. I'm going to be doing that potentially across these videos and my crypto video. So there'll be 2 sets of people. No, not 2 sets of people. It will be going across both of them, and there'll be 2 winners. So let me know. I'll announce it in my Sunday video, and I'll see there too, and it will be confirmed in the next video. So as a milestone, we've reached a milestone, but let's get into the numerology of April 2024. So if you are new to my videos, we look at things from multiple angles to get a holistic view of the energies that's coming. That's why, as you can see, there are 4 numerology dates. I'll explain the 4th one. We look at the Gregorian calendar, then we look at the original calendar, because technically April would be the second month, and then we follow the 13 moon cycles as well. Now, as you can see, there is an extra one here, because there's 13 moon cycles, but of course only 12 months in the Gregorian and the original as well. So I kind of missed it a little, but we're incorporating it now, so we may be changing things up a little bit. Basically, let's go back into March. From the 10th of March, this would have been the 13th month cycle. okay, from the 10th of March of the new moon. And then going into the new calendar, we of course have our April 8th eclipse, which we will talk about more in our next video. But this is when we get our first moon cycle of the year. It starts again here while the sun is still in Pisces before it enters Aries. So we're gonna combine that a little. We're gonna combine it, basically backdating this one, but we will be entering this energy on the day of the eclipse. So we'll do it a little different from this point on. As we're in eclipse season, we're shifting energies. What we'll do is focus on, at the beginning of every month, the two calendars, and when the new moon comes in, that's when we'll recap these two numerologies, and we'll incorporate the other energy of the moon. So that's how we're going to do it. So we will recap this one on the eclipse we will, but let's get into it anyway. So if you don't know how to calculate the numerology, it's pretty simple. You add up the month and the year, and then that's how it goes. Then you get your answer. So with the Gregorian, we've got 4 plus 2004. So let me write with my left hand. We're breaking pattern here, which gives us 12, which gives us a 3. So it's a 3. Then the original gives us the binary code. Let me not write so big. Which gives us the 1. The 13 moons gives us again this 12, 3. So yeah. And then the last one gives us a healthy 9. So when we're starting the moon cycles again, we enter the 9 energy. So we're going to start from this one up, and then we'll include the 9, as we will be getting into that anyway. So we were in the energy of this 12-3, and it's amplifying a bit even more for the beginning of this month, because we've entered into a new month. We will be very, very soon. So this 12-3, we're getting 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. So we're getting all of that energy. We're getting the energy of a 1, the masculine energy of support, structure, leadership. Energetically, it's lighting away, which energy then knows which direction to travel in, which way to spiral in. And I'm gonna just draw that, because why not? So we've got the 1 energy, which is 1. It's like the masculine energy, it's piercing the light through. And then this allows travelly energy to travel along. It knows the direction from the energy of the 1. Okay, so it then spirals around. And that's feminine and masculine energy, basically. That's how it goes. This 2 energy brings up duality. And do stick around, because we are going through each individual number, breaking it down, as well as all of the symbols. So stick around for those videos, and they'll be starting in April throughout the rest of the year. So this 2 energy gives us duality. It's feminine in nature. So we've got masculine and feminine, and it gives us duality. It gives us contrast necessary for existence to live itself out, which then brings in this 3 energy, which is the coil. 3 is basically the coil where the energy travels along. So 3 energy is creative energy. It also has that combination of the 1 of being bold and stepping out even of your comfort zone to be creative in that way. To be creative is pushing yourself out there, showing your creativity and things of that nature. So that is now amplified as we have 2. So it's double basically. So if you are feeling naturally creative, even at the beginning of this month, if you feel like you need to just push yourself out there, step out of your comfort zone in what you're doing, then so could be why. It's communication too, so this could be how you're communicating and things of that nature. But just trust yourself when it comes to your creativity for this month. We're of course getting as well the binary code, so we're getting the 1 and the 0, 0 and 1s, giving us again that leadership, that direction, that support and structure for your creativity to blossom out. Okay, for your creativity to blossom out. So it is spring now. Life is literally growing. So if you are feeling a bit more confident for your creations, trust yourself. That's the biggest thing I can say. And then of course, when we get the eclipse, we're entering into the 9 energy. So we'll then have for the month 913, 913. So this is fascinating because 9 is the etheric number. 9 is the closest to 0, which is all and nothing at the same time. 9 has a lot of wisdom because it represents endings, completion, and getting ready for the new beginnings. So we're literally ready for this new beginning anyway, as it's there, this 1 energy, and we're then begin to bring in all our wisdom, we'll be operating from that lens of bringing in all our wisdom, having completion of what we're doing, and really getting ready to enter into this new energy. And I'm seeing that this wisdom coming in, this completion and things of that nature, it could be completing certain creativity tasks that you've been doing, certain creative projects and things of that nature, and you're ready for the next phase. I'm seeing ultimately transition for this month. As I said at the beginning, I'm seeing transition. You know where you're going, you're creating that energy, and you're bringing in your past wisdom, this 9 energy of all that you know, for these endings to fully end. Like I've been saying for a while, you've probably seen on my videos if you've been watching for a while, like change is happening, a change is coming, transitions, blah blah blah, but energy takes time to build up momentum. And I generally feel this month you may have been getting pebble drops, little bit of waves here and there with the direction you're going in your life. Yeah, I feel this month is the full transition into that, because technically the new year has just begun. So it's like January, February, we're finishing off, tying up loose ends. It's still dark, it's still just like having to push through before that growth in spring can actually take place. But I'm seeing transition, and I'm seeing this being clearly visible in your life. So do give you a girl a thumbs up if this resonated or not. If you liked it, do let me know. And we'll get into the transits of this cycle. Also, make sure you do check out how luminaries support you. I'm literally just calling it luminaries support you now, which is coming out the 1st of April, where we go over the numerology as well as synchronizing the numerology with all of the luminaries in alignment with the transits for the whole month of April. So do check out that video coming out on the 1st of April. It will be available on my YouTube for 48 hours and then on Patreon after that. And Patreon's only donation based, so feel free to choose what you would like to donate, but all tiers get access to the same thing. And you can refer back to it if you would like. So feel free to join me over there. Make sure you stick around for that video. But let's get into the transits anyway that's happening this cycle. So we do have Lilith stationing retrograde, Mercury stationing retrograde, and Pisces, Venus entering Pisces. Now, I did mention Lilith before, because the way Lilith was moving in the sky, she basically stood still. She basically stood still for a moment. She stood still and just stayed there for a little bit. But it's only the 1st of April she starts to actually move back. So that's why she's there written in this calendar that she's stationed retrograde then. So we'll just briefly go over Lilith because I've kind of already said it in my past video. So for a start, because there's 2 luminaries retrogrades, we'll just cover what retrogrades are if you don't know. So retrogrades offer a in the sky, the luminaries go backwards. That's what retrogrades are. So energetically, this offers a redo, a going over, a crossing the I's and dotting the T's of all the things you didn't have the space and capacity to do before. So just think of our timeline, though it's not linear, it's just all over the place, like literally like that. So our timeline, we move forward because we are in time, of course we move forward, but there's some things, just think of your life, you've just generally not had the capacity to do. You've not had the space. It may have been a thought in your mind, it may have been like, oh, I need to do this, need to do that. Now this is like, when narrow it down to life here, sorting out certain things in your house. It could be as simple as that has been left for a while and things of that nature. And of course, apply it to your own life. This could be in your work, relationships, or anything like that. But you basically just didn't have the space or capacity to do it. Life was lifing, no room. Retrogrades offer the time for you to do that, for you to go back and get it done. So generally, if you do now have the capacity to do certain things, so is wise, the retrograde energy. Oftentimes retrogrades, especially Mercury retrograde, is painted in a more negative connotation of, oh my days, don't do this, technology, don't travel, don't talk to whoever. No, you've got the space now, the cellular space in your DNA to do it. So do it, you know? So yeah, so of course Lilith basically represents what you're truly passionate about, but you're suppressed in that area. So the hologram will try and create illusions, noise to keep you suppressed, but ultimately you're truly passionate about it. So I always say, when it comes to Lilith, if the hologram is creating noise, use that as your biggest sign that you're on the right path. And of course, she's stationing retrograde in Scorpio. So Scorpio's full of passion and depth anyway. It's fueled by Mars as well as Pluto. So just take a quick look in November in the new calendar. You'll see Scorpio fueled by Pluto and Mars, and it is a water element. So a lot of passion is there, as I says, because Mars is very passionate, it's very driven, it's very passionate, and this passion brings about transformation through your watery depths. So through the depths of who you are, which may appear vulnerable to yourself and others, but really that is your greatest strength, because it can bring transformation in your life. So when it comes to, it's like double passion here. So we're now entering into that energetic space within our cellular memory and DNA to truly tap into our passion, to do whatever task necessary when it comes to our passion, which will allow forward momentum when Lilith moves forward. So whatever you're truly passionate about, especially if you're feeling more drawn to it, trust yourself and act how you need to act. Now going to Mercury now. Mercury is all about energy exchange, its umbrella term. So this energy exchange covers communication, what you say. It's your thought process as well, what you're thinking. It's also the communication with your body, how it communicates with itself and how it tells you what's going on. And of course, it's monetary exchange as well, because Mercury is Hermes in mythology, is the winged god, is the winged messenger. And I'm more than sure, if you've watched Black Panther 2, the guy who goes under the water and he's got the wings on his feet, that's Mercury. Like, I'm ready to do like a decode on that movie. I've literally got some movies ready to decode that I've recorded. I've just not edited and released yet, but they'll be coming out this year. They will be. But yeah, it's monetary exchange as well. So we will cover more of that monetary exchange in my Crypto Angles podcast, because this will be an important move in the sky. So do stick around for that. But ultimately, it's energetic exchange. And of course, it's retrograding, as I mentioned previously before, and it's in Pisces. So Pisces is the last zodiac sign. It's number 13. It is number 13, not 12, because Ophiuchus is technically the 9th sign, which is ethereal in nature. This is Ophiuchus. So Pisces has the wisdom of all in it. It has the wisdom of all of the other zodiacs, and usually it likes to bring this wisdom out in creative ways. That's not quite even widely accepted by everyone, because it's so unique. It's so just mystical, magical, because that is Pisces. So not everyone gets it. But it being this water element, it being the last zodiac, it offers the watery birth. So it's like rebirth energy whenever luminaries transit through Pisces. And this rebirth energy is this reflection. So it's bringing in this ethereal wisdom and reflection of everything it's experienced in the zodiac wheel. Literally everything it's experienced as it's gone round the zodiac wheel. And then, as you can see, we begin to spiral. So it's like, yes, Bubba? My daughter needed me for a little moment. But it's like mainstream astrology just keeps you in a loop. It's just a circle. It's a loop. They don't include Ophiuchus, which is the transformative energy, which basically brings you up a notch. And they just keep you on a loop in the hologram. But the sky, natural astrology, creates a spiral. It creates the spiral. So, but within this watery element in the whole spiral, it's like you've gone around and then you bring in the wisdom in the waters, you enter back into the water. Take a look at all the movies, the symbology in movies, music videos and things of that nature. There's always a watery birth, because that's how we enter the realm. So when you energetically are ready to expand into more frequency bandwidths, you need that watery birth. So this happens constantly in the sky, and this is how we constantly evolve. So Pisces, when you enter back into the water, you're not only bringing in the wisdom that you've had, that contemplation, and through that contemplation and the wisdom of everything you've picked up along the way, you then like to express that in a creative way. Okay, but also as you are in the waters, this watery element, and take note because this is the same for Venus, but when we are in this watery element, knowing what we've experienced, we then tap into the waters, getting ready to align or attune ourselves to the new waves we are ready to experience before we are birthed out and begin the spiral again. Okay, so water is synonymous with consciousness. Water is us. It's our entire reality and existence. So we have our experiences, then we go into fractals of us. The fractals, that is a reflection in the sky, which is our technology, the luminaries. This fractal of Mercury It's already entered it, but of course it's retrograding in it as well, and Venus is going to enter it. But we enter back into that water, back into all and everything, and we attune ourselves to the waves, the wave, the water wave, the frequencies we would then like to experience as we go around the zodiac wheel again, as whatever fractal of us begins to continue. So Mercury is all up in Pisces. It's having its watery birth. It is bringing in its wisdom of all the ways you've exchanged your energy. Okay, all the ways you've exchanged your energy, and it's getting ready to attune itself to the frequencies it's ready to attune itself to. But before we fully attune ourselves to that, and before we are sure, we are retrograding. So we're dotting the I's, crossing the T's. We now have the capacity to exchange our energy in the way that will benefit us the most, in the way where we will truly attune to the right wavelength that we're after. Okay, so when it comes to your thought process, if there's a lot of processing of your past exchanges, then trust yourself with that. Just trust yourself. It's coming up. You're processing it. If you even have to go back and communicate with people, if there was a past exchange at the beginning of even last year, because it's bringing all of that in. And, you know, just a personal thing in my life, if something comes up, I'll share it. But if something comes up from a past exchange that I had at the beginning of the year, I'm just going to be like, whoa, the hologram's really hologramming. He's really hologramming, so I'm just going to see if that plays out. But if things do pop up that have come, you know, was the beginning of last year, throughout last year, and even that memory, or they just pop back up, so is why. And that could just be you've got the capacity to end it, no longer participate in whatever relationship that was, family member, friendship, whatever. Or if that is continuing an exchange, you know, because I personally haven't even had space for my friends. I've just not. Life has been life-ing. I've not been in the most best mental state and things of that nature. But confirmation burp. But what is coming through to me already is just thoughts on like, oh, I need to contact so-and-so. I need to message her. I need to meet up with her. Our children need to play and things of that nature. It's already like thoughts. So during this Mercury retrograde, which is happening until, let's take a look. It's only until sometime in April anyway, but let's get the exact date. Stations direct after the full moon, 25th of April, and we will have like a shadow period anyway, so it's basically till the end of April we are in this retrograde energy of having that capacity to do the exchanges necessary that's needed. This could even be collaborations, networking, and things like that nature. But pay attention to who you obviously communicate with, the energy exchanges that you have, because it's either going to be, yep, we've completed this, an ending, or it's like, yep, we've tapped into it, we've exchanged our energy in a way which will allow continuation. So it's going to be one or the other. So that's what I'm seeing with Mercury, but also your thoughts as well. So pay attention to the thoughts that come up, because these thoughts that appear during this time, and they may have appeared now, whether that is to do with partnerships, relationships, or ideas that you have, direction you'd like to go, pay attention to these thoughts, because as I said, we are in the water. We are in the water, and these thoughts, these ideas that may appear to you may set the tone for the rest of this year. okay, going into 2025. So I feel it's a potent one. This Mercury retrograde, there's nothing bad, nothing to fear. But going on to Venus, keep in mind everything I've said about this Pisces energy. Venus is having a water rebirth as well. So when it comes to our six senses, our sight, touch, taste, hearing, smell, as well as intuition, they're all getting a rebirth. So this basically, Venus is all about what you find valuable in your reality, which makes you want to use your senses to interact with it. So Venus represents the entire physical reality. It does cover love and money as well. So love and money may be getting its rebirth too. So do keep that in mind. So your senses I'm seeing are truly getting ready to again, bringing in that past wisdom. As you're in the waters, you're knowing what you've experienced this whole year, from Aries to Pisces, or from when it left Pisces last year. Your senses are contemplating it, looking back over it, bringing in that wisdom. And from what you had experienced from your senses, you're getting ready to attune yourself to the frequencies of what you would truly like to carry over. What you'd like to carry over, the new experiences you find valuable that you'd like to experience within your reality. So again, money may come up, especially because Mercury does cover money. So the way you spent money, the way you attracted money, which money is only energy, that may come up as well. Contemplating it, reflecting on it, bringing in the wisdom that you had known from your past, and getting ready to attune yourself to what you're ready to experience. Again, with love and sensuality, sexuality even, you're tuning yourself now to what you truly want to experience, as it's spring, it's newness, and we're getting ready for that all. We're getting ready for it all. And what you find valuable may be potent at this time, because what you find valuable, that's how you'd like to exchange your energy also, in combination with Mercury. Okay, so I feel, as I mentioned, this is a transition month. What you find valuable, how you want to exchange your energy, it's part of this ethereal 9 energy, this wisdom of finishing things out, because we are in this Pisces energy, finishing it out, getting ready for the new, and bringing out your creativity as we're in Pisces. Bringing out that creative wisdom, being bold in it, and stepping out with your creativity. 3 is like, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got masculine, feminine, child. So it's that spark, that excitement, that just like, I'm gonna go do it. But you do need that courage as well to step out there and be creative. But that's what I'm seeing with the transit. Let's get into the moons before this video gets too long. So do keep in mind, as Venus is in Pisces, you can probably see it's going to get a Cetus watery dip. So we will touch over Venus a little more in the next video as well. But it's truly transforming. Our material values are transforming. So, have I missed a date? Oh no, we've got here. Then we've got our Capricorn moon and our Aquarius moon we are finishing on. So the moon is the mover of our energy. It's the mover of our emotions. It gets our energy in motion. So this is through our emotions, what we feel about something, our thoughts, how we feel about the thoughts that we have, our intuition. It's very feminine in nature, so it is our intuition, and it's from that, it's how you act. because the energy is put in motion, then you act on something. And when you act on it, you see it through the lens of the sun, in combination with your sun placement as well. I do offer birth chart readings too. All the information is down below. If you want, ultimately, you just need to trust yourself. I do always say that. But if you do want an in-depth reading of all of these placements and how it means for you, do reach out to me. But you see it through the lens of the sun. So when you act on something, you see it through that lens, and from that act, the experience that is drawn to you, you again see it through the lens of the ego, which is the sun. So that's how the sun and moon technology work together. And stick around, because we're going to go in depth again with all of the full moon energies. We're going to take a deeper look, looking at some of the gematria. We're going to link it to the periodic table to get a deeper knowing of the chemical reactions that happen in our bodies. Okay, so again, just like my luminary support you, will be on YouTube for 48 hours and then available on Patreon after that, if you'd like to refer back to it, because there's a lot of information in these videos. But anyway, getting back to the moon of this cycle. So we're starting off in Ophiuchus on the day of the sun. So March 31st, before we enter into April, we have an Ophiuchus moon. So our emotions will be moving us in this transformative energy. As I says, it seems like it's transition. So Ophiuchus is the serpent bearer, it's a healer and transmutator of energy. It's literally like that Kundalini rising and type of vibe. So Ophiuchus is linked to magnesium on the periodic table. So it's literally all about energy generation. Ophiuchus star constellation allows that's why it's an important part in the spiraling of our existence. It allows this transformation of our cellular DNA to now begin to hold the capacity necessary to open us up into more frequency bandwidths, especially before or as we enter into our watery Pisces birth. So our emotions on the day of the sun may be moving us in this way of wanting to transform, in a way of wanting to heal in some capacity. So if that does pop up for you, pay attention to how you feel about your intuition and how you feel, your gut instincts, about how you truly would like to transform, because that may pop up, and I feel that may set the tone for all of this transition energy coming up anyway. How you want to assert yourself in this new way, how you want to bring out your creativity, how you want to bring your wisdom into this, because Ophiuchus, as I mentioned before, is the 9th zodiac sign, so it's ethereal in nature anyway, and it's on the galactic center. It's on the galactic center, so it's literally ether at its finest. So let me show you Ophiuchus, because it's in here. We've not left out Ophiuchus. Yes, you can, sweetheart. Ophiuchus, as you can see, is fueled by Chiron, and its element is ether. So at the back of the calendar, if you don't know, we've got all of the elements so you can know what they are. But that is Ophiuchus energy. It is ether. It is basically the ether, and it's transformative energy. So our emotions may be moving us in that way, and of course how we want to transform our ego, the lens we're operating through, we'll see this transformation through the lens of, okay, this is in the waters, because the sun is in the water, just as I says with Venus and Mercury. This is the waves, the tunes I'd like to attune myself to through how your energy moves you through this transformation. And then once we move from Ophiuchus, we go into Sagittarius. So our emotions after this transformation then tells you this is the direction I want to go in, as it's literally like an arrow. It's pointing in that direction. It's the last fire sign, so it's the most maturest. It has all the wisdom. It's done, evolved, transformed. It has the wisdom and now knows this is the direction, the precise direction I want to go in. Because Sagittarius is the centurion. He's literally got a bow and arrow, so its precision is on point. Its precision is on point. So through this transformation, through this creative energy, this new direction we want to go in, your emotions are moving you in a precise direction. And this precise direction may be to do with travel. It may be to do with your own philosophy and things of that nature. This could also to do with some form of higher learning, whether that is university, a course, college, schooling, wherever you are, or esoteric, mystical type of knowledge, because it is a centurion. It's half horse, half man. So it has that mystical, esoteric knowledge in there, and creating your own philosophy around that. So I'm seeing our emotions will be moving us in that way. Now, we then have our third quarter moon on the 2nd. So Ophiuchus and Sagittarius, when it's in there and while it's in Sagittarius, the moon is still a bit more illuminated. So get into half and half, but your emotions will be moving you in part logic, part intuition, basically. And as we go through this transition, it's like the way you want to transform, the direction you want to go in is literally equal amount of the moon, logic and intuition. So you can just trust it anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. And after this direction you're ready to go in, we are transitioning more into the more logical aspects, or our emotions, our energy will be moving in a more logical, rational way. But it's moving us in a more logical, rational way when it comes to our foundations and our long-term goals and stability in the Capricorn energy. So we're now precise. We know our emotions, know where it wants to go, know where our energy wants to take us. And now it's moving in a way of, this will help lay down a solid foundation towards my long-term goal. So pay attention to what comes up on how you want to transform, the direction, the precision you're ready to go in, because it will for sure contribute to this long-term goal and foundation and stability towards your long-term goal. Okay. And again, as we are in spring, we're in this newness, we're ready to bring this wisdom in, bring out our creativity with the 3 energy. This will all be in alignment to how we're ready. Our emotions will be moving our energy in a way to lay this foundation. So trust the creativity that comes out of you, trust your wisdom, trust the boldness you feel you need to have at certain points to bring this creativity out. Okay. Yeah, and of course, we're in the waters. We are in the waters. So it's like, as we're generally as fractals of us is getting ready to attune itself to new waves, it will be attuning itself to waves while our emotions are moving us for solid foundations and stability. And of course, on the 5th, as we enter the end of the cycle, the moon moves into Aquarius. So it's like, from this solid foundation stability, you're bringing out your unique idea, which can activate sudden change, as Aquarius is fueled by Uranus, which is the father of electricity. So sudden changes through how your emotions play out can be a domino effect that comes into your life round about this time. Pay attention to your own unique idea, how you'd like to bring that out, a way of, pay attention to how you feel about what you'd like to give back, because Aquarius is the water bearer and it wants to give, it wants to pour back in and give back something about your unique idea. So yeah, networking, even communication could come up, because Aquarius is an air sign, but because Aquarius comes in after Capricorn, it's like, people often say Aquarius can be quite what's it, not blasé, but what's the word, a bit harsh, bit like, no, a bit detached and things of that nature. But that's only because it only wants to network and pour back into the things that are focused on your long-term goal, focused on things that can create and bring stability. If it doesn't want to interact with it. Okay, so see how your emotions move you at this time, because I feel, again, your own unique idea, as it's in Aquarius and Saturn is there as well, something you've been spending a lot of time on. Your emotions may be moving you in a logical way, when it comes to that, in a logical way, how to bring this creation out. And of course, you're bringing wisdom into that as well. So that's what I'm seeing for the moons. If this resonated, if you like this perspective, if it's like a refreshing perspective of any sort, do give your girl a thumbs up, leave a comment, and we'll get into the tarot. So we are going to get like 2 groups full at the bottom. We're going to get 2 groups. We'll do one for the numerology of April, and we'll do one for this cycle as well. So I did kind of pre-shuffle before, and when I pre-shuffled, I had the Fool at the bottom, this new journey. But I do just want to say the channeled song coming through is "Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright." For the month, I'm saying don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. So that was the channeled song. Literally, as I was pre-shuffling before, that came through, and I managed to, I'm not doing it the best now, I managed to figure out a better way to shuffle. So yeah, so what is the energies for April 2024? We've got the Sun. Is any more needed for that? Maybe one more. Oh, one more. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, that's all I'm feeling to pull for the month of April. We've got the Sun and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, fascinating. So what's coming with these retrogrades energies and these moon transits for this cycle? Got the Queen of Cups for this retrograde energy. And what else? What's coming? What don't we have to worry about? Saying don't worry, about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I'm saying don't worry about a thing. At the bottom of the deck, the world. Okay. Right. Any more for this cycle of this retrograde energy? Oh. A little bit of illusions there, but our emotions are moving. can we clarify that? We've got the Ace of Pentacles, but let's clarify the Moon and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Wands, some form of communication. Okay, I'm literally just feeling just one more. So we'll see what else is happening for the collective this cycle. What's happening this cycle? You know, and I saw this reversed Hermit. So not much waiting. Not much waiting or isolation. I'm seeing we're not being isolated at this point straight away. So let's get into it. We'll do the cycle and then the month first. The month last and then the cycle. So we'll do the reversed ones first. A Nine of Pentacles. That's the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So we may feel this cycle, just this cycle, but bear in mind for the whole month we've got the Ace of Pentacles though. So just this cycle we may feel a little not accomplished at the beginning of this cycle. That's okay. Why? Because we're still in this eclipse season. Maybe, yeah. So it's about feeling accomplished, self-reliance, having a comfortable lifestyle, enjoying the finer things in life, being responsible, inner sense of security, financial or material resourcefulness, and grace. So this cycle may come with not feeling that accomplished. We may not feel that accomplished. We may not feel like we can even do a lot at the beginning of this cycle. Okay, that may come up, but again, that's fine because it's the ending of March, beginning of April. We are in eclipse season where the transition energy is happening. We also have, of course, the Hermit. The Hermit, what's the Hermit? That 9. Oh, ethereal energy as well. I found the Moon, so I'll just keep my hand on the Moon. But the Hermit, I'm seeing we're not really isolating ourselves. So though we may not feel accomplished and things of that nature, we may feel a little bit just not accomplished, may feel like, oh my days, this eclipse energy coming in strong. We don't have detachment or withdrawal. Knowledge is a burden, developing inner wisdom, fear of revealing a secret, searching for the truth, waiting, wanting solitude, looking for direction. So I feel we know more of the direction we're trying to go, so we're not isolating ourselves or withdrawing ourselves. We're not probably not deeply searching for inner wisdom and things of that nature, because why, we're just not, I guess. We're just not. So we're not withdrawn or detached, at least, which is good. So even if we may feel like, oh, I'm not accomplishing things, we're not withdrawn or detached from that reality. We then have the Moon. Fear, self-deceit, illusion, trickery, love affair, blind to the truth, unrealistic dreams, feeling lost, worried, and apprehensive, but trusting your intuition and instincts. So I feel this goes hand in hand with not feeling accomplished. And in that not feeling accomplished, there may be some illusions that come up, because we may want to feel accomplished. As I say, as we are in this, what's it called? Eclipse energy, this transition. So, that may come up. We're in that. So it's like, we're not feeling that. So if people come up, there may be some illusions and things of that nature. Someone's tried to contact me and I was just, I was the one being trickery. I was just playing along with it all. But you think I'm going to meet them? You must be mad. You must be mad, because I don't trust 7-day Adventist people. Like, I only trusted about 3% of them. So that's a no from me. But anyway, we've got the Three of Wands. We've got exploration, foresight, starting a new journey. We had the Fool at the bottom of the deck. Seeking the truth, looking for something different, visionary ideas, seeing how best to act. So exploration, starting this new journey, as we've got this Pisces energy coming through of what we're ready to attune ourselves to now. We've got this one energy in the month anyway, and this new direction that we're ready to go. Like, though we had not searching for like truth in this one, we do of course have it in this one anyway. So I do feel, I'm sure wands is like communication. I do feel, just be aware of what potentially comes through when it comes to communication, because there may be some trickery and illusion all up in there. But ultimately, you're not detached from the situation. You're not detached from your entire life, because you're getting ideas potentially coming through. What did I say about ideas coming through? Visionary ideas, your thoughts coming through, which could impact the entire rest of your year, and how best to act on that with this retrograde, Mercury retrograding in Pisces. So you're ready for something different, ready to tap into new waters, ready for something new. The Fool was there, the World even popped out. Okay, then we've got the Cups energy. So let's take a look at the Cups. We have, communications coming in, people. Oh gosh. With this Cups energy, but let's do the Queen first. So we're getting the Queen of Cups as well. So that's tender-heartedness, compassionate, feeling moved, unconditional love, knows what it feels like to feel, willing to help the underdog. So because the moon is here, I am just going to reiterate, be careful if anyone comes in, because you may be in your feelings, willing to help the underdog. You know, you feel them, you just like, oh, you wanting to give love, but there may be some illusion around there. So if anything comes through this cycle, I will just say, not the entire month, because the month is just looking good, but the cycle alone, just be wary and maybe not take it too seriously, because illusions are obviously there. However, you are ready to start something new, but you're ready to start something new. And if someone definitely comes in, because we do have the Ace of Cups as well, which we'll get into, you're definitely not going to be detached or withdrawn from it, but you may be in your feelings anyway, because this cycle you may not feel too accomplished with what you are doing. That may come up. And if someone does come through with the Ace of Cups, we have romance. We've got romance, deeper feelings, expressing love, in touch with your emotions, falling in love with love, desire for a deeper connection, and an offer. Communication, searching for something new, trying something different. I'm feeling a little successful in that. So it may be a connection. Doesn't have to obviously be fully, no, it does say romance. It does say romance. So if you're in a relationship, it could be a deeper connection with who you're with, or it could be someone new coming in, but just be careful of any illusions. But you're definitely going to be fully attached and present with whatever comes through. But again, be aware if this connection that comes in is very much like, oh, I just need your help, can you do this? You just don't want to be fooled and in your feelings about it. Okay, so But moving on to the whole month now, we do have the Ace of Pentacles and, of course, the Sun. The Sun. So, the Ace of Pentacles, for the entire month, there's results, prosperity, abundance, being realistic, power to get what you want, being surrounded and being grounded and focused, seeing a way to achieve a goal, trusting in the situation. So, even though if this cycle you may feel you're not fully accomplished, especially because we are in the heart of eclipse season, the transitioning energy, ultimately the entire month will bring results for you. It will bring results. So just let this cycle pass. If you feel weak this week, that's okay, because the entire month you're shining like the motherfucking sun anyway. You're seeing a way to achieve a goal, the goals that you want to attune yourself to. You're being realistic. So even it was it this one, not having realistic goals, not being realistic because you're feeling unaccomplished this cycle, ultimately, especially I'll say as we transition out of eclipse season, you are being realistic to achieve the goals. You've got the strength, the energy, the capacity within this retrograde energy, bringing in your 9 wisdom to get what you want, and you're trusting in the process, in the situation. So I do feel, just linking to a possible connection which comes through communication, starting something, someone coming in, starting something in a new way, and having your own success. I do feel it will be part of the abundance of this month, this possible connection coming in. All right, and then of course we've got the Sun. We have the Sun, so you are just shining anyway. Communication. We've got communication, sharing, happiness, joy, positive energy, creativity and growth, accomplishment in love, new friendship, feeling intellectually enlightened, being the center of attention, believing in yourself, honoring your values. So creativity, and growth, sharing your happiness, positive energy, enlightened, this 9 energy coming through as well, believing in yourself, honoring your values. What's your material values? Honoring that, knowing that that's what you want to experience. We've got communication, accomplishment in love, communication, one's energy, a connection. Oh, I generally feel if you are in a relationship, it may just get deeper. It may get deeper, sharing happiness, joy. And if you're not, a connection may come in. Now, it's showing more for in love, but you can fall in love with your friends as well, family members and things of that nature. But I am seeing communication coming through, but be wary of the communication at the beginning of the cycle. See how it goes. If anyone begins to communicate with you, simply see how it goes. But I am seeing, so long as that communication continues past this cycle, beyond this cycle, throughout the month of April, it's going to naturally bring positivity, happiness into your life, sparking creativity throughout this cycle. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. But that is what I'm seeing for this cycle. Let's come back to the present moment. And oh golly gee, I did not do the sound bowl, so we'll do it now. Take a deep breath and exhale. So I'll just, let me move these, put these on the floor. Can you see it? Hopefully you can see it. Let me just move the calendar. There we go. They're the more exciting ones, so we'll keep them there. So the moon, the present moment, as you are watching this, the moon will be in Libra, as we had our lunar eclipse in Virgo. The moon enters Libra today. Today. It's in there right now as I'm recording. It will be there when you're watching this video. So our emotions are working on, for one, bringing from our mind the ethereal into the plane of existence. These ideas we have, weighing it out. Is there a balance? How you are living your life, your emotions are like, okay, is there a balance? And it's working on creating that balance, recognizing imbalances and things of that nature. So balance, your emotions are moving you in this balanced way. But ultimately, this is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I'm saying don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I intend that this video brought some inspiration to you, positivity, resonance, anything of that nature. If you did like it, give your girl a thumbs up. If you like my singing, let me know. Do grab this calendar, people. Let's follow along. Also, if you are a Patreon member, there is a 25% discount on all of my products. So if you would like to join me over there, it's donation based. You can get a deeper discount on the calendar and the more to come. If you also would like this calendar, it is super cheap. There is still a 10% discount on this as well. You can backdate, you can still learn and have it. Digital and physical copies are available. Reach out to your girl if you'd like a personal birth chart reading, and of course make sure you check out my other videos that are to come. How the luminaries support you and the moons, as well as the symbology of all of the luminaries, zodiacs and numbers that will be starting to come out. And check out the rest of my videos too. But with that being said, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be all right. And I'll see you in the next video. Angel out. Bye. Longest video I've done in a while. Au revoir.